Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a review, swatch, and live demo of the new Glow Kit by Anastasia Beverly Hills in collaboration with Nicole Guerriero, who is a beauty YouTuber, and she almost has 2.8 million subscribers. That's pretty amazing. And what's equally amazing is being able to have the opportunity to collaborate with Anastasia Beverly Hills, which I believe is a very good brand. Like, it is really highly esteemed, and when I heard about this, I was super excited to check it out and see whether or not it is worth the hype. And I hope by the end of this review you'll see why I think this is a good highlighter palette. So I'm going to first start off with going through each of the shades with a live arm swatch, just so you know what each shade would look like, especially if you have the same skin tone as me. And then second, I will be doing a live demo of each shade as how I will be wearing it on my face. And then in conclusion, I'll pretty much go over how I feel about this highlighter palette and whether or not this will be a good fit for you. And with that being said, let's get started. So the packaging at first, when I looked at it, I'm like, this is A+ packaging. I love the pink. It is really subtle pink and it has some sparkle to it. And of course, Nicole's name is on here. And it comes in a little insert. The back has all the information you need to know about what ingredients are in here, so make sure to check that out to make sure that you're not allergic to anything. And this product has an expiration of 12 months when you open the product, so I have a year to get through this. And here it's cardboard with a magnetic cover, and here we have the palette. And here's the plastic insert. Look at these shades, they're just so pretty. But you know, let me first say that when I heard that there's going to be another Glow Kit, I wasn't that excited. I was just excited that it was going to be with Nicole Guerriero. But when I saw the shades is what really sold me on it. But anyway, yeah, it comes with 6 shades and each weigh about 4.5 grams. So that is a lot. And, you know, it'll definitely take a while to get through this palette. So let's get on to some of the arm swatches I'll be showing you. The first shade here we have is Kitty Cat. And it has a kind of a pink shade with a platinum reflect. Next we have is Forever Young, and it does have a slight pinkness to it. It is definitely more subtle than Kitty Cat, and it has a silver reflect. The third shade we have here is Daydream, and it is a coral kind of orange sorbet kind of color to it, and it has a white gold reflect. The fourth shade we have here, and it's the brightest one, it is called Forever Lit, and it is a platinum with, like, I feel like a hint of lavender to it. And the fifth one we have here is Glow Getter, and it's a champagne with a rose reflect. And then the last one we have here is shade 143. And it is a little more bronze than Glow Getter, and it has kind of like a hint of rose gold to it. So those were the swatches of all 6 shades. They have very little kick up to it. It's just a little maybe on Kit Kat and Daydream. I mean, I feel like a lot of palettes do have kick up. It's not as bad as the eyeshadow palette, the Modern Renaissance one from Anastasia Beverly Hills. So I don't really see that as a huge problem for me. However, I feel like the shades Kit Kat and Daydream, or Kitty Cat, sorry, not Kit Kat. Kitty Cat and Daydream have a little bit of chunkiness to them. So when you do use these 2 shades, I will make sure to blend out the chunks. Besides that, I think each one is very subtle. It's just like one swipe of it on my arm, and it is very sheer, has very satin finish, and each one has a very subtle glow to it. And I think that is perfect for anyone who doesn't want to go too extra on the highlight. So with that being said, let's get on to the actual face application, which I feel like is more useful when trying out the shades. So first I'm going to start with the shade Kitty Cat, and I'm going to place that on the high points of my cheekbone. I'm going to use this SL Miss Glam Small Contour Brush. It's a little dense, which I feel like I feel like denser brushes are the way to go with this palette. That's just a personal preference. I feel like it picks up more products, so like you can apply it on your face with more ease. But that's the way I find the best way to use this palette. Okay, so that's Kitty Cat on my cheekbones. As you can see, it's a very subtle glow, which I really like in a highlight. And I feel like if you do end up like putting a little too much, your finger does a really good job of kind of softening that. So that is the Kitty Cat on my cheekbones. And I definitely could go in to build it up, so I'm going to do that, just to show the buildability of this highlight. So there you go, the intensity is up a little, and yeah, it is definitely buildable, which I would like in a highlighter. Okay, next we're gonna do is Forever Young, which is the second shade here. And this is the other shade that would probably be more appropriate for a face highlight. But instead of my cheekbones, I'm going to be using that as my nose highlight. I don't typically highlight my nose because I am a bit oily, especially there. But for the sake of this video, I am going to. So I'm going to take this pencil brush by Real Techniques to do that. So I don't know if you can really tell on camera. This is probably a little more subtler than Kitty Cat. So that's why I placed it on my nose. But when I look in the mirror, it is not very strong. It blends in really perfectly with my skin tone. So I think it's a perfect nose highlight for me, or even a face highlight. And if I did want to tone down my cheekbone highlight, I'd probably put Forever Young on top of Kitty Cat. Next, I'm going to be placing the Glow Getter 143 and Daydream as my as eyeshadows on my eyelid. And because these three shades are a little bit more warmer tone than my skin tone, this will be perfect for eyeshadow. So I'm just going to pick up all three at once, like that. And then place that all over my eyelid. So that's what it looks. I think it looks really pretty. I feel like the shade Daydream, which is this coral shade right here, really brings warmth to my eyes. And Glow Getter 143 kind of gives this like bronzy look. So I feel like these three are like a really great combination for an eyelid shade. So I think the combination of these three is probably like my favorite. Anyway, next we're gonna highlight my brow bone, and I'm gonna be using the shade Forever Lit, which is the lightest shade here. It's this white one. I feel like this is probably the most appropriate for a brow bone highlight for me. So I'm going to take this angled brush, a mini angled brush from Luxie, and I'm just going to put that underneath my brows. Okay, there we have it. Forever Lit. It is very, I think it's the shiniest out of all 6 of these. So even that being said, if you just tap it in a couple times, make sure you use a light hand, it's not going to look too heavy on your eyelid. I'm going to be taking the same pointed brush I used for my nose highlight, and I'm going to pick up Forever Young and Kitty Cat to highlight my inner corners. Yeah, so I'm really digging that combination of Forever Young and Kitty Cat. And then last but not least, because why not, let's highlight my collarbone. I'm going to be taking Kitty Cat, and then on top of that, I'm going to place Forever Lit to kind of give it a little more highlight. So like Forever Young kind of tones down Kitty Cat, I'm going to turn up Kitty Cat with Forever Lit. Ooh, Wow. Forever Lit is no joke, like really, really highlighting. So this is probably something I would do over the summer. Definitely not now in the middle of winter in Minnesota. So there we have it. I used all 6 shades pretty much equally on my face and then of course my collarbones. So if you're worried that you feel like you can only get use out of 50% of this palette for a face highlight, please give the other half a try as an eyeshadow, because I feel like you would be really impressed with what you can do with this palette, because I feel like it's so versatile. It is definitely multitasking, which I really, really like about it. So in conclusion, I feel that this palette is definitely worth the hype. And not because it's, you know, a collab with a YouTuber who is popular, or, you know, the boom of the highlighting trend. I feel like if you are new to highlighting or you don't like really strong highlights, I feel like this will be a great addition or introduction to your highlighting collection, because the shades here are so versatile than what you would see in a traditional palette that might have shades of the similar color group. Like for example, the Sun Dipped Glow Kit from Anastasia, it has more of the bronzy tones. Here you have bronzy, you have an orange, and then you have some pinks, and then a nice bright highlight here. As I mentioned, I will definitely be getting use of all 6 shades, and I feel like you would too. So this is why I think that it's worth the cost of $40, especially if you are new to highlighting or a beginner. I feel like this palette will be great because you can use it on your face and on your eyes, and it is very, very buildable, so you have control as to how intense you want the highlight to be. So this is a product that you're interested in. This is $40 and it is right now available on the Anastasia website and on Sephora.com. And it will be in the Sephora store starting March 15th. And I also like to mention that this is limited edition. So if you do want one, make sure you pick it up right away. So that's it for my review of the Nicole Guerriero Glow Kit. I hope that this review was somewhat helpful for you and hopefully guided you to the right direction of purchasing it or even not purchasing it. So please don't forget to subscribe. I upload mostly product reviews and maybe sometimes tutorials. So if that is something that you're interested in, please subscribe so you don't miss any of my new videos. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to catch you in my next video. Bye!